Yeah. He asked me when she got.
No, nobody's here to smell your breath.
Now it's dry.
You hear myself going.
Mama, you got a minute? A minute?
Go ahead and ring the bell. Ring the check.
Come in, come in. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing today? Please come in, come in. Hi, Angie. You sure right about it, girl. What you say? You can be on time. Hopefully some others will be on time. We here live on TikTok and Facebook, so come on in. We gonna get busy tonight with some good information. While I'm waiting for a couple of more people, because regardless what they say, where 2 or 3 are gathered, we should be in the midst. So give me just a waiting for y'all. Tell me, while we waiting for people to come in, because we talking about generational curses tonight. Ooh. Do me a favor, put it in the comment chat, because generation means we got to have a whole lot of different age ranges in there. So if you don't mind, you can be like my friend said I was. Go ahead and put your age in the comments. Put your age in there so we can see what we're working with and how many generations we got on here today. Yeah. All right. How y'all doing, TikTok? We talking about generational curses? All right, y'all. Hi, O'Brien. Angie, you said you 38. So what are they? So we got the millennial. Hey, Mike. We got the millennials. We got the Zen G's. Yeah, I got my producing team, my team in here helping me. So while we're doing this, please feel free to say what you gotta say in the comments. We got somebody manning it. So TikTok, we got you too. So if you got questions, throw them comments at me, and we gonna see what we got going on here. So Michael, you said 61. So what are you a baby boomer? Is that, and Angie? What are we? What are you? Is that a Gen X? I should have had that wrote down. It's so many of them. My comment thing went down. So many of them. I'm glad to see that we got some men online. Yay! Hey, fam, I'm glad to see. Do we got anybody on TikTok leaving any comments for the age? TikTok listeners, hey, if you tell me your age. We talking about generational curses. So tell me what's your age so we can see what we got in the group chat. And we gonna start here in just a second. We gonna get started. I ain't gonna keep y'all long now unless y'all want. You said you old school, huh? Said you don't know. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to come back. If y'all meet me back here next week, I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have that. Kim, let me write that down. Okay. My producing team said give them just a minute, and I think they gonna put it in the chat for us. Hey, Tamia, said you 26. I definitely know. I think that's a millennial. Let me see. Do we got anybody at TikTok? Anybody saying your age? Anybody? We talking about generational curses. We're going to have a good discussion tonight, y'all. I'm on fire. I am ready to go. If so, since we about to get started, hey, I was on time. Y'all was on time. We're not going to make people wait. We just gonna dive right on into it. So if you ready, y'all put in the comments, we ready. We ready. We ready. All right. Oh, I got somebody saying I'm a boomer. I know I'm an Aquarius. Girl, shut your mouth. What that TikTok say? What's your sign? The cross. You must think of him. No, I'm a child of God. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and get started. I want to introduce myself to some, and others may already know me, but I know that's right in the comments. We ready. We ready. My name is Crystal Majors. I am a grief advocate. Also, I am a minister of the gospel. I've worked in the healthcare system for about 10 years now. So I just have a lot of experience. Let me put a disclaimer here right now. I am not an expert by any means. I do not have a professional degree in anything medical or anything science, but I do got a PhD in life lessons and experiences. If you can feel me, let me know. Let me know. Say me too. In the comments, say me too. Me too. I got it. Yeah. Okay, so again, as well, I want to thank all of my followers that follow me every day through my journey, because this what I'm doing right now is called walking through the fire. Everybody's been through the fire. Everybody's been through the fire. So walking through the fire, okay? And so this is not going to be a platform where my phone is telling me to do something, y'all. Okay, there we go. Saying get your comments on TikTok. This is going to be faith-based, but we are not gonna Bible you. You're not gonna hear a whole bunch of scriptures, but you may hear one or two. So I don't want to offend anybody. We love everybody, Muslims, atheists, whatever. Stay in the chat, because we're not talking about religion. We may talk about relationship with whatever your higher power is, but you are welcome to come in regardless. So what I want to do, I'm just led. This is me and I'm led to it again. I don't want to offend anybody. So I want to give a brief opening prayer just to have the higher power, whoever you look up to, but mine is God. And so just to be able to have open ears and open eyes and an open mind and heart to what we're about to receive. Okay. So thank you for allowing us to have a platform to be able to build a community, to talk to each other, to grow with each other, and just to be better versions of us. Lord, I just ask that this platform be a safe space, be positive vibes, but more importantly, be transparent and impactful. You know what your people need, and we're asking you to step in right now, show in and show out on our behalf. While we delve into the generational curses, I ask that you cover each and every one of us as we try to look deep in us so we can see where we're going. And thank you, oh God, for what you're about to do in our lives as a whole. Amen. All right. So I thank you so much. I thank you. I thank you. So why? Crystal, why are you doing this? I am doing this because I want to encourage each and every one of you, as I encourage myself. I am learning about generational curses, and there's so many things that I just want to share with people, because then I want to be an impact to people, because I want us to be better versions of us. And I know you want to be a better version of you. And so we have greatness that just we need to reach for our minds, bodies, and souls. And as well as we want to be that positive, healthy, not just positive, but positive, healthy mentor or role model for our generation, this generation, and generations to come. It is about your, mine, our legacy and our lineage that we have to protect. So we have to be really careful what we are giving the next generation. And so I'm just here because I want to be the one to, well, not I want to be the one. I want y'all to go on the road with me as I dive deep into this, okay? And so the first thing I'm letting y'all know now that this is going to be interactive. This is not going to be a monologue. This is going to be what? A dialogue, okay? I need y'all help. I need you to survive and you need me to survive. We got to do this thing together. So, I want you to think about, now this is a rhetorical question, okay? Have you ever sat back and just looked at your family dynamic and you see the similar behaviors and patterns that you guys do, whether it's good or whether it's bad? Have you ever done that? I know I have. I know I have. And some of the things become a generational pattern, and sometimes it's even expectation. And I'll give you an example. A generational expectation is, well, if I went to college, you got to go to college. And then sometimes it's forced. And this is just me. I'm not an expert, but college ain't for everybody. Okay. So, hey, so that is a generational expectation. Okay. So what we're going to do, guys, I am excited. Okay. My team put in the generations, what that is, like boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Zs. And I'm glad if you're just joining me, welcome, welcome. Put your age in there if you don't mind. And I ain't talking about the one you've been lying about for the last 4 years. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all. I used to, and it was about when I was 35, I used to lie about my age so much. When it got to me being 38, somebody asked how old I was, and I had to clutch my fake pearls and be like, wait, how old am I? And at that point, you know what I said? If I can't remember my own age, I am going to have to just embrace it. Hey, it gets greater later, guys. I don't know about what y'all heard, but in the next couple of weeks, I want you to follow me. I'm going to get serious. I want you to follow me. We are going to be talking about 7 signs of generational curses. And we're going to look at it from a lens, okay? A variety of lenses. So we may be looking at it from a biological standpoint. It may be an environmental standpoint. It may be social influence. It may be a genetic disposition. So we're going to have to, sometimes that you're at work, you got to take off one hat and put on the other. And then sometimes you got 3 hats stacked on to each other. So we're going to peel it like an onion and look at it from different angles. Y'all want to know something? Let me know if y'all want to know something. Yeah, say yes in the chat if you want to know something. Yeah. I don't see nobody saying yeah, so I guess I just ain't gonna I guess I ain't gonna tell y'all the good news. Okay. Something key about generational curses, guys, is that they tend to hit the 3rd and 4th generation. Okay. Guys, I read and seen something that blew my mind, and it just like turned a light bulb on for me. I had somebody say that in order to have a generational curse, it has to start with the first generation. And they said the reason they start with the first generation and it doesn't hit again to the 3rd or 4th is because by that 3rd or 4th generation, you have culturally indoctrinated whatever those patterns and whatever those behaviors are. You know how they say it only takes 30 days to create a habit, but maybe longer to break it. It's just like that. One generation of saying that I'm not going to go to college, I'm going to drop out. And then they have children, and their children see that, and because of maybe their environmental where they are at, that impacts them, causes now the children to have to drop out. And what do you think they are passing down? And that's only the second generation. What do you think by the third or fourth generation, what they're going to do? Their kids are going to do the same thing. So if you don't know what a generation is, y'all, it's okay. I'm going to tell you, if you got questions, put it in the chat. If you got questions after this, inbox me, whether it's Facebook or TikTok, inbox me. We're going to talk about it in the next session. But no question is a dumb question except the one, what? You don't ask. So what is a generation? I just don't know. What makes, the number, what makes that a generation? So I'm going to give you an example. What makes a generation is my great grandmother, that's the first generation. The second generation is my grandmother. The third generation is my mother. And then the fourth generation is me. And then so on and so on. So do y'all get the picture of that? Y'all get it? Okay. All right. How y'all feeling? Y'all still with me out there? Y'all still, oh, y'all kicked my table. Y'all still with me? All right, give me a thumbs up. Give me a something. Give me rose. Give me a flower. Give me something, okay? All right. So, what is a generational curse? If you know what a generational curse is, just raise your hand. Give me a high five. You can even say yeah. And if you don't, that's fine too. Let me hear. Yes. All right. My dad is on here. Hi, Dad. He says yes. Yes. Okay. Eva, Michael, yes. We got some yeses on TikTok. Kim, C, thank you, love, for joining in. Yes. Okay. A generational curse, just for those that don't know, it refers to a negative pattern, habit, get this, even strongholds that are believed to be passed down from generation to the next. Okay? So it's kind of what it sounds like. So again, we're going to be discussing the first two of the 7. We got 7, y'all. 7 signs of generational curses. So tonight, if you buckle your seatbelts and you hold on, we're going to discuss 2 of them. And so the first 2 are going to be emotional instability and fear attached to that. And then the second is hereditary family sickness, okay? And so when we do those 2 signs, you're going to see some are physical traits where you can physically see them with your 2 or 4 eyes, sometimes 6 if you got bifocals. You'll see it physically. And then some of the things that we'll be talking about are intangible, meaning you will not be able to see them with the physical eye, okay? Does anybody got any questions so far before we dive in? Are y'all ready to go? Say, let this roller coaster move, huh? Okay. So number 1, ding, emotional instability and fear. Do you know what emotional instability is? Put it in the chat. Do you know what emotional instability is? Huh? Or what do you think it looks like? What it is? What do you think it looks like? All right, guys. I gotta have a conversation. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Having emotions that are unstable or unpredictable. I like that. Unpredictable. How many times we know some people that are unpredictable? We know some people that are, we say, chemically imbalanced. Okay, so let me give you a couple examples of what emotional instability looks like. And if it's one, if you know somebody or you got somebody in your family or what, it's even me. Raise your hand, say ouch, keep it moving, and say amen. Okay, So some of the examples are madness. Some of them are senseless behaviors. I know we all know people that do senseless things, just senseless behaviors. Okay. How about somebody that has anxiety? I mean, just to the roof. Okay, emotional, and that's like the biological aspect of it. Remember, I told you the lenses. Can't express when you're happy or not wanting to share your emotions out. Fear of judgment and resentment. That's good. That's good. You're absolutely right. And so, as well as indecisive. What I do want to make clear is, as we're starting to talk about these things, it says generational curses. We are not going to look at it as being negative, okay? We are going to look at this thing as, because sometimes they may not be negative things. Again, they may just be simple behaviors that are passed down, okay? Would you say I'm all of the above? And that's okay. This is what we're doing. We are talking through this. You hear me? We swimming together. We're swimming together. We have to learn together. And so if you recognize that you may be one of those, or recognize that you got 3 of those traits, or you recognize that you have all of them, like one of the comments was all of the above, that's okay. That is actually a good thing. And why is it a good thing? In order to change something, you have to be self-aware of what that is that you need to change. Just as simple as that. If my car breaks down and I say I'm gonna go out here and fix it without going to see is it the tire, and I just start working on the engine, but my tire is what's wrong with it. You got to find out. You got to dig deep and find out. So I got a question for you. I need y'all. I got 12 viewers, and I got some people on TikTok. I got 23. I need y'all to talk to me. I got a question for you. Why do you think some people repeat patterns of emotional instability while others resist it? Why do you think say it again, why do you think some people repeat those patterns while others resist it? Let me give you an example if you're not sure. Domestic violence. Okay? If someone is a victim of domestic abuse, and we're talking about physical and verbal, because abuse ain't always physical. Somebody can be verbally abused. So if you, like I said, if you are a victim of that, do you think that that will affect you? Or do you think that you'll be able to resist carrying on that behavior? And I'll say that again because it was a loaded question. It really was. It was a loaded question. So why do you think some people, I'm going to give the example. So if I am an abuser and I inflict that abuse on somebody else, the person that is the recipient of that abuse, do you think that they take that to the next generation and they'll repeat it? Or do you think that they're able to resist it? And why were they able to do that? Do you think that it was, how sometimes when you're down to nothing, it doesn't matter, and you love you and you gotta protect you at all costs? Or is it my self-esteem, or you don't have the strength to be able to not repeat that? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? After a while, being uncomfortable can become comfortable for someone, and vice versa. Yeah. Somebody says it repeated because to them it's norm, and that is why the way people are supposed to behave. Ding ding ding. That is a huge one. That's a huge one. And I'm going to say men get abused just like women do. Men get abused just like women do. So if if I am beating up on my spouse and we have children, and when they get into a relationship, an intimate relationship, I know some people, and you know some people too. If you do, let me hear you loud. That they tend to end up being in a relationship where they are getting abused, and they think that that's love. Why? Because they don't know no better. We are all products of our environment. We are all taught what we're taught is what we're learned. So if I grew up for 15 years with my mom beating up on my dad, then what am I going to do? I'm going to go out here and be trying to beat up on my husband. You ain't going to be in your soft girl era. That's the thing now, right now. Like, can I get an amen? Your soft girl era. You're sitting here beating up on your spouse in front of your kids. So let me ask this question, okay? And I'm going to have you put it in the comments. If I am a child and I grew up in that type of environment, now remember, we're talking about emotional instability, okay? If I grew up in that type of environment, as I got older, do you think it would affect me? And so I want you to rate that 1 through 3. Number 1 is no effect. Number 2 is yes, they would be affected. And number 3 is I simply don't know. And that'll be okay. So again, if I'm going too fast, put it in the comments, because I do talk fast. I want to make sure that we don't miss any of this information. Okay? So again, if I am a child and I've grown up in an abusive household, do you think when I get older that will clearly affect me? And we're going to rate it. And I want to hear y'all loud and proud. And it's 1 through 3. So number 1, put it in the comments. If there's no effect, okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is yes, they would be affected. And number 3 is I just simply don't know yet. I don't know. And that's okay. We got some 1s. Yep. No effect. 2 of yeah. So it goes back as well as to my one question is, why do some people repeat it and why do some people resist it? We don't know. We don't know. We have no idea. None whatsoever. So, okay. Let me know how y'all feeling. Y'all feeling good? Put it in the comments. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? I'm feeling good. Y'all still with me? Let me see. I still got people coming in with number 2s. I got some number 1s on TikTok. All right, number 2s. Okay. So again, we are talking about emotional instability. Do you know somebody? Let's talk about, because we're talking about generational curses. Do you have somebody in your family that is emotionally unstable? Some people don't. Sometimes I feel like I'm emotionally unstable. So, it depending on the day. But I don't think we're talking about that kind. We're talking about, period. Do you know somebody? Thank you, Mike. You said you good. Thank you. I want to hear it. I want to make sure that I'm keeping your attention and we right here. Because I'm telling you, it's good information. Good information. Excuse me. So, I said, Dad said, no, he don't know anybody. You no friends, no family with, okay. Well, let me ask you this. Now, remember we were talking about domestic violence, okay? And again, This is an interactive, engaging platform, okay? I need you to talk to me. What percent do you think children who witness domestic assault? Now, remember, when we talk about domestic assault, we're talking about the physical and the verbal aspect of it in their household. Give me a percent, and I'm gonna give you some time to do that. Let me repeat my question. TikTok baby, are y'all listening to me? What percent do you think of children witness domestic assault in their household? What percent? You will be amazed. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. What you say? You might want to pin trigger warning on your chat. Listen, when I tell you, I'm giving you time to put your percents in. I'm telling you, we all think ain't nobody ever been through what I've been through. If you are a follower of mine, if you've seen any of my posts that I've done in the last month, you know that I am very transparent. You know that I'm putting it all on the line for y'all to see. I'm giving you my all. I'm giving you my all. So don't be scared. Don't let fear, and that's that other part of what we're talking about tonight. Don't let that other part scare you. Okay? So what percents we got? We got some 60%, 33%, 100%. Do we got some percents on TikTok, producer coming in? We got anybody doing this? So we got 50, 35. Hi, Yvette. How are you? Okay, we got 40. Guys, you are going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed. It is 80%. 80%. Just think about that. Think about that. 80% of children witness domestic assault in the household. In the household. I've been, and I told you, I'm not holding nothing back. This is to help and be impactful. And a lot of this, when I'm in front of you guys, you'll hear me use my own experiences, because that's the PA. I'm the expert of my own story. I have a PhD and a master's in struggle, pain, life. I got it. And I know I ain't by myself. I know I ain't by myself. But 80% of our children witness that. And then we think about, does that affect them? Does that affect you? Or how has it affected you? And now you're 29 and you had to witness that. Did that affect you? Is the bulb going on? Did that affect you? Do you see maybe a connection of maybe why some of your patterns, or why we as men and women allow certain things to go on? Okay. I only got an hour, so I'm going, because I can keep on going. So 80%. So let me ask you this. Do you think children are at a higher or lower risk in be repeating this behavior by becoming the abuser or the one getting abused themselves? So let me say it again. Do you think that 80% of children that had witnessed that domestic violence or domestic assault, let me rephrase that, in the household, do you think they are at a higher or lower risk to either be the abuser or become the victim? Because sometimes, like you guys said, they don't repeat it at all. Some people don't repeat it. Some people don't repeat it. While you're putting in the chat, I got a story for you. Well, and it's true. Hold on, my producers is giving me some information. Okay. So she's telling me, time. Okay. Oh, so while you're putting it in the chat, so remember, are they higher or lower? TikTok, higher or lower? So, I was talking to somebody yesterday, guys, okay? And they knew that I was about to do this series on generational curses. And I asked, do your family have any generational curses? And they took a couple of minutes and they said, no. I was like, you lying. But I said, are you sure? I said, can you explain, why do you think, or, looking back, that you guys don't have any generational curses, which again, I I'm still a spring chicken, so it's possible. Again, I don't have the intellect, the PhD, or whatever behind me to say yay or nay. But this is their story, and their answer was that they believe that first generation, because back then, remember, we're talking about baby boomers and boomers before that. I don't even know what they're called, but they are talking about, he said that the generation one was so ingrained into religion, okay, into church, that they followed and lived and spoke and the word. They lived what they were following, okay? And so because of that, they didn't have any generational curses that they were passing down from generation to generation. I thought that was really surprising, very surprising. But I was glad to know that what? They can be broken and they don't have to repeat it. They don't have to repeat it. Okay. So just to kind of, because for time's sake, I know y'all won't stay with me, people gonna be dropping off. We're gonna hit next Thursday at 6 o'clock. We're gonna do that second part, which is hereditary and family sickness. But just to bring this all to a circle, when we talk about emotional instability, wrapped up in fear. And we'll grab the end of that fear part next week, because we'll recap. And just want you to think about, it's someone that is overcome by emotions and fear. Okay? They make foolish and rash decisions. They are very self-destructive. Even growing up where I grew up, I've seen some self-destructive people. I mean, thought that they were invincible. I mean, come on, y'all know some people like that, like they can't be touched. As well as battling within, and that's huge right there. We could put a pin right there, because all of us battle with something within. I mean, every single one of us. If you are on here and you say you don't, you lying from the pits of hell. Lying. Lie, liar, pass on, fire. We are all battling because we live in this. We live in the flesh, but a part of our being is our spirit. Remember, we are building this community right now, me and you, to be able to reach that greatness that is within each and every one of us, the mind, the body, and the soul. You can't heal the mind without healing the soul. You can't heal the body without healing the soul. The soul is the center of your being. So, of course, we always have good and evil doing this on the inside, whether you know it or not. Okay, whether you know it or not. So, what I want to do now is, because it's about 6:38, I want to take a couple of minutes and ask my team, did we have any questions? If you have any questions coming in, ask me right now. It could be anything. It can be anything. while you're doing that, just think about it, okay? I don't care if it's one question, think about it. I want to tell you, I am not here just in front of you talking to you just to talk to you. I've noticed the generational curses in my own family. If you follow me on social media, I did one clip where I had the family here and we went around and asked the different generations, did they know what generational curses were and did they see them in their family? So I'm going to share one that I personally had to be that chain breaker. Did you hear me when I did that? Did you hear the chains breaking? Chains breaking. Yeah, y'all hear it? So one of them was teenage pregnancy in our family. Okay. We would have kids as teenagers. And so I had my first daughter when I got pregnant at 16, had her at 16, okay? And I ended up having 3 girls. Now remember, this whole thing is talking about what are we passing down from generation to generation. Forget what mama and daddy and grandma did. Forget what your guardian did. Forget what Uncle Lou who raised you did. It can start with you today. Come on, put in the chat. It starts with me today. You can be the first. Be that chain breaker. Come on, break every chain. Yes. Be that you can be and start now. We don't have to make excuses. It ain't gonna look pretty because when you are the one trying to step out and make change, it's always uncomfortable. Like one of the comments said earlier, it's uncomfortable and you don't want to do it. Thank you. Somebody said it starts with me today. That's right. Be that chain breaker. But I had 3 daughters. And what I did not want is for my daughters to be pregnant at their teenage years. Now listen, single mother, come on, thank you, another. It starts with me today. You know, I'm giving you time to put it in there, but if you don't believe it and you don't decree it, hey, I ain't mad at you if you don't put it in there, but I believe it. It starts with me today, okay? So I had 3 daughters, and it was, I don't want my daughters to have to struggle ending up a single mother at 17 trying to go to school and finishing. Can it be done? I'm a living witness. I did it. But is it extremely hard? Definitely. And we don't want our kids or our nephews and nieces, we don't want them to have to go through the same struggles as I did. Or you did. We want them to be better and have better and experience more than what we did. And so you know what Crystal did? I don't know what you did, but what Crystal did was I got on my knees and I prayed. Guys, if you ever see, I mean, baby, I would go in there and put oil on their head while they would sleep. I'd be putting blessed oil on the door because I decreed and declared that the generational curse of teen pregnancy was going to stop in the name of Jesus. So you have to be motivated to be that one person, to be that chain breaker. I don't know. Do y'all want to be disruptors today? Do y'all want to be disruptors with me? Let me hear you. If you want to be a disruptor, put it in the comments. Say, I'm a disruptor. Yes.
There's a question in the chat.
I got a question.
From TikTok.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on counseling and medication if you're suffering from emotional instability?
So I got a question. What do you think about therapy, counseling and medication if you're suffering from emotional instability? I think And what was my disclaimer in the beginning? I'm not a physician, I'm not a nurse, I'm not medical, I'm not professional. This is Crystal's, okay, opinion, and everything that I talk about is whether I research it, and most of it I've experienced. I love the fact that you have to reach out. You have to reach out for professional counseling, therapy, whatever that is. You lay on your priest couch, you lay on your pastor's couch, whatever that is. Don't negate the fact that there are remedies, of spiritual remedies. There are non-spiritual remedies. But don't be no fool now. Your higher power and my God did not put us on this earth to be a fool. Why would he create physicians, and why would he create medicine for us not to take, not to use that? So my recommendation is, yes, please seek therapy. We always think that we can handle this emotional instability on our own, especially the strong ones. Can I get a high five? Can I get a high five? We always say, I can handle it, I can handle it, and we're going to work. We're taking care of kids, we're taking care of husbands, or vice versa. Husbands are taking care of wives, or we're taking care of our families, and we're putting ourselves on the back burner while all the time we are breaking down mentally. And we are 2 days away from having a nervous breakdown. I've been there in my office, crying my eyes out at 6:50 in the morning. I've been there thinking, I can handle this. I can do this. I go to church, I pray. I did it, but I still needed help. So thank you again for that question. Yes, seek help, seek medication, but I want to applaud you and whoever else. First of all, applaud yourself that you even recognize that you need help. Some of us are so in denial that when we really come to that end of the road, for some of us it's too late. For some of us it's too late. Don't wait till it's too late. Find out what that emotional instability is, because again, sometimes it can be chemical. But again, seek help, seek help. Yes, I love that question. I love that. I want you to be okay with your small beginnings. Don't take it at one day at a time. Give yourself grace. Okay? Give grace to other people. I want you to recognize, okay, the things that we do in our everyday, in our every single day life that we don't even pay attention to. And then what do? You just like your daddy. You just like your grandfather. You act just like your mother. If we're somewhere and somebody says, "Ooh, boy, if you don't look like your father." If our genetic disposition allows us to look like our parents and our grandparents, even sometimes, peep this. Have y'all ever had, and they be like, "Oh, you must have been mad at them," that you have a baby and the baby come out looking like the auntie or the uncle, your sister or your brother, and you be like, "Why you look like so and so?" And they be like, "Oh, you must have been mad at them." That genetic disposition, if we can carry that trait, why can't we carry the patterns and the behaviors from them as well? So again, be mindful of the emotional instability that you may have. Be aware of the emotional instability that is around you, and know the signs. Because if we know the signs, then we can reach out and want to get help. Executive producer, do we have any more questions? And we'll go ahead and wrap up just this part right here. We got any more questions?
No, you don't. But there was a comment about no one should be ashamed. This comes from Eva O'Brien.
I don't know if you can hear. Let me take my microphone off real quick. She doesn't necessarily have to get on, but
This comes from Eva O'Brien. She says no one should be ashamed for reaching out for help. Sometimes men are reluctant to seek therapy or counseling.
ooh. Can y'all give me 5? We're gonna get off at 7. Can y'all give me 5 minutes? And I got some men. I got some men on here. Thank y'all. Women, give it up for the men. Woo! Yes, give it up for the men in here. I got some men. So did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Men, is it difficult for you guys to maybe even admit, let alone go to therapy? Let me hear you. Let me see. Let me hear you. Let's see. And I'm looking up, guys, because I'm monitoring TikTok too, looking at the comments as well. What I would say is I am glad until a man responds. I'm glad that our men are going to the doctor now. You know, we are going to seek about our, not only our physical health, but our mental health. Mental health is huge. Mental health is huge. It is huge. And we were going to talk about that as well. But we'll talk about that next week, because y'all, we'll be on here till 8 o'clock. And y'all be mad at me. Not unless y'all want some more. I know y'all don't want no more. I can't talk no more than about an hour. So
one of our men did chime in.
oh, what did they say?
Hayes says it can be. Depends on what the situation is.
Oh, it can be depending on the situation. So when you say the situation, because I was married for 12 years, okay? So when I was married and we would go through some things, I would ask, can we go to therapy? And you know what he said? I don't need nobody to tell me about my marriage. So is that a good example of depending on the situation? Or can you give me when it says Lloyd Major says, I think yes, it depends on the situation and what's going on in my life. So what I guess I'm hearing from the men is that it depends on if they are willing to be vulnerable enough to seek that help with a therapist. Myron says, I was raised to be strong and independent, which is something I've pride myself on. But who do you depend on when people depend on you? Ooh, woo. That's a good one. Is that a generational curse? Is that something that we could pass down to our kids and their kids? Because the number one thing, listen, what do you always hear? If it don't affect you, men shouldn't be crying. That's a lie. Men shouldn't be crying. I'm glad to see men. Listen, I know this ain't what this is for, but I want to see my man cry. I want to see that he's in touch with his sensitive sides, his emotions. Now, here's the kicker. Now, we're talking about emotional instability. Now, if he's just crying all the time now, we're going to have to go seek some help. That's emotional instability. But if they don't mind opening themselves up, men, I don't want you to think that you crying is a sign of weakness. And that goes for women too, because we always trying to be strong. It is not a sign of weakness. And you're right. When you're the one that is the strong one and people depend on you, who do you depend on? Who do you depend on? Okay. Good conversation. Let me know if this was a good conversation and you want some more. Do me a favor and put more. Put more in there. Put more in there. Because we're done. I just got some housekeeping things I want to shoot at you guys. Put more in there. If you want some more. Because I thought this was good. This is good. Says you can't always be emotional. Sometimes we just got to get ish done. You right about it. I was told you get 24 hours. 24 hours. After that, wipe your tears, scratch your butt, and let's hit the road. Let's hit the road. I got one person that said they want more. Thank you, Eva. That's all right. Because I know that the Lord is doing something on this platform. And I'm telling you, if you just stick with the ride, you put in the work, and we're working together, because you're going to have a great support system, you will not be disappointed in you trying to what? Be that chain breaker. Be the chain breaker. Y'all gonna make me come up like, y'all do me a favor. This what I want. If y'all can help me out. You know how Beyonce got her Beehive, and the Beehive, and Nicki Minaj got her whatever, the Barbies, and Cardi B got her whatever. We gonna have some chain breakers, okay? You want to be a chain breaker? Because I want to be a chain breaker. I got one last one, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for you guys and give you this last little information. Kim says, you're right. You may not be able to be emotional in the moment, but you do need to find the time after, I'm sorry, y'all. But you do need to find the time after the stuff is done to focus on you and health of the family. It's worth it. Thank you. Thank you, Dad. Said it was very good, informative. Thank you. Let me tell you something. Self-preservation is not always a bad thing. It's the context that or how you use it. Because think of it like this. If you are emotionally unstable, are you really able to help anybody when you can't help yourself? Okay? So, well, all right. We did kind of like our Q&A session. So again, I just want to say thank you guys for holding on in there with me. I love y'all. The major said you can't help anyone if you don't help yourself first. I'm telling you, you get sick, the whole house shut down. Trash don't get taken out. Don't nobody eat. You get up 2 days after having the fever and the flu, and your whole house upside down. Why? Because you are the center. You are the difference maker. We are going to go through life being impactful and changing generation to generation, guys. It's about our legacy, I'm telling you. It's about wealth and health of our lineage and our legacy. What are you leaving for the future? Because the future is our kids. The future are the millennials. The future is that, what was it, Gen X producer, the young ones. Oh, alpha and betas. Alphas and betas. That sound like a sorority and a fraternity. Alpha betas. Listen, we got more time in back of us than we do in front of us. So again, please come back next week, 6 o'clock, okay? Thursday. You know you're going to see my face before then. You know you're going to see my voice before then. And again, just so you'll know, if it ain't good, depending on how the conversation goes, we are going to touch on the number 2 sign of generational curses, which is hereditary family sickness. And we'll finish out that fear part, okay? If you have any questions leading up to that hereditary family sickness, send it to me. This is going to be anonymous. So when I do questions, I'm just going to say I have questions from comments or from TikTok or from Facebook. So please don't hesitate to ask me anything. Bring somebody for next week. If y'all said it was good and more, tell somebody. You ain't got to. I think my live went off on TikTok, but that's okay. Bring somebody. Bring them in. I think Mike put in the thing, reach one, teach one. Yes. as well as you're able to tell them to go back and rewatch the episode. It's loaded up on my page. It'll be loaded up. I think on TikTok it should. Go back. Look at the emotional instability, what that means, what generational curses mean, and exactly what it is that we are about to dive into. Okay, so again, thank you so much. Lastly, I want to give a big ups, hey, to my team that helped me today. I believe it was a success. And lastly, listen, this walking through the fire, I'm telling you, we are about to go higher and higher. If you want to be a partner, if you want to join my team, let me know. We're looking for producers. We're looking for sound people. We're looking for media and graphic design. So please inbox me anytime, 24/7. You might not get a time, but so thank you again. I love you. I say be in peace, be in love, and most importantly, be impactful. Have a great day. I see you and your future looks brighter. Have a good one.